It was Mark Poulton that packaged it. Mark is fired. Tell Mark I'm mad.
Yeah, this is Primetime Poulton. Keep it entertaining. You already know when outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dog, Spike and Whoop, U.S.Assassin. Doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not fronting. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is Primetime Poulton. This is Primetime Poulton. Let's go.
Now everybody, have you heard? If you're in the game, then the stroke's the word. Don't take no rhythm, don't take no style. Got a thirst for killing, grab your body. Woo! Put your right hand out, give a firm handshake. Talk to me about that one big break. Spread your ear pollution both far and wide. Keep your contributions by your side. Strong man, stroke man. Could be a winner, boy, and move quite well. Strong man, stroke man. Strong man, stroke man. You got your number down. Strong man, stroke man. Say you're a winner, man, you're just a sinner now. Put your left foot out, keep it all in place. Work your way right into my face. First you try to bend me, you make my backbone slide. But when you find you bled me, skip on by, keep on. Stop man. Give me the business all night long. Stop man, stop man. Stop man. You start together, boy. Stop man, stop man. Say you're a winner, but man, you're just a sinner now. Better listen now. Said it ain't no joke. Let your conscience fail you. Just do the stroke. Don't you take no chances. Keep your eye on top. Do your fancy dances. You can't stop. You just can't stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
pizza does it like no other. Haunted pizza visionaries on the creative attack. Fulfillment time ain't no worry, gonna get what you back. Week's feast is coming, but steam is close. Creative juices are flowing, hit me with another dose. Don't be a hater, we're indie comic creators. Indie comics revolution, brother. Haunted pizza does it like no other. Haunted pizza. Haunted pizza. Well, let's go.
Forget about everything. Put away our problems. Get along with each other. Maybe we should all just put away our problems. We just need to forget about everything. Need to forget about everything. Put away our problems. Get along with each other.
What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. It's the Moral Compass, the Fulfillment King, and this is the Dreadnok Happy Hour. Today we're talking Special Mission Brazil. Joining me, Patrick Thomas Parnell. What's up, Patrick?
Doing pretty good. I like your jacked photos. I need to get back to the gym and get beefed up.
Yeah, so do I. I need to get back to the gym.
I don't think people. I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about this. Did you like the new toy video?
Yeah, it was great. The whole time I'm thinking, man, our guys look really great.
Yeah, I wanted to make a video that kind of focused mainly on the figures. You know, it's like,
yeah,
because we have so much going on with the figures and then the comics, and then we're talking animation, which I don't know if we want to talk about today, but it's like we're kind of getting all over the place. But I wanted to make a highlight reel of this showing how beautiful the figures were.
Yeah. We got a lot of fires going right now. A lot of different things going on for American Ninja X and U.S.Assassin. It's really exciting. JoeFest is almost a month away. We're both.
Oh, and that's a big announcement. Everyone, Mark Poulton is going to be at JoeFest.
Yeah. JoeFest has been like a bucket list convention for me. I've always wanted to do it. Just to go as a fan, but now I'm actually going as an exhibitor. It's really exciting.
I'm telling you, once you go, you're gonna be there next year and the year after and the year after.
Yeah, I mean, I was just
like I know the stuff that you like, and it's like this is like right up your alley. It's like it's because I mean, like you and I have very similar interests, and it's the one convention that I could walk the floor all day. You know, and it's like I find something different. You know, every time I make a round.
So right behind me, I have my signed G.I. Joe classified collection. I get them signed by the voice actors from the cartoon. Sometimes I get them signed by the comic book creators. My favorite figure in the line, if I can find him, I don't know. I don't want to root, but it is a Tiger Force. Outback, and
okay, that's a good choice.
And he never appeared in the cartoon,
no,
so there's no voice actor to get to sign him. I could always go with Larry Hama, and Larry Hama's at plenty of conventions, but I saw that Mark Pennington, who actually designed Outback, is going to be there, so I'll have to bring my Outback figure with me. That's like it's such a great figure. And I need it. I only have figures that I have signed with two exceptions. I have Outback and I have Metalhead, and I need to get those two figures signed.
I want to know what happened with Outback between his regular costume and his Outback or his Tiger Force that made his hair turn gray.
Yeah, I mean he
like did you see
he lived a rough life? Yeah. Maybe he was dying for all those years.
Well, yeah, maybe. Or maybe he just, you know, the stress this got to him, or it was like, I mean, I know it was probably a design decision. He's a ginger, so you couldn't have like a ginger on Tiger Force with the orange hair. So
I think he looks better, like with the gray hair and like an older version. Yeah, I think he looks really cool.
I love them both, so it's really hard for me to decide.
Yeah. By the way, we're streaming live on YouTube, X, and Facebook. If you're new to the channel, go hit subscribe, hit notifications, give us a thumbs up. This is a new show for us. It's only our second episode. We're trying to come up with a set time to do this, but with you know, work schedules and all the projects we have going on, we haven't found that perfect time yet.
I think our objective should be like launching a space shuttle. I think we should give ourselves like a 2-hour window. You know, it's like you know, because you know, depending on what we have going on that day or the night before, I think as long as we get in that 2-hour window, and the window I refer to is, you know, it's a Dreadnok Happy Hour, but it's also it was the time that the best cartoons were playing Saturday morning. You know, for me, it was 11:30 were like when the best cartoons were playing.
I would get up my Saturdays. I would get up like 7:30, and I would watch what was it? I forget it. There was I was a wrestling kid. I would grow up and watch pro wrestling, but there was a lead up with who was it? Minute Mouse and I forget. Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse, I think. So that it was a terrible cartoon, but it was the only thing on at the 7:30 to 8 hour.
And then what? Like Hulk Hogan was next.
No, it was Ric Flair. I was an NWA kid. I wasn't a WWF kid. So I would watch my wrestling, and then I would watch cartoons. For me, though, G.I. Joe played. I know a lot of people say G.I. Joe played Saturday mornings, but for me, it was a weekday thing on our local channel. It was on 5 days a week, like 4 to 4:30, and then we would get Transformers 4:30 to 5. So that was an after school show for me.
Yeah, it was both for me on the weekdays.
Yeah.
They're very clever, and I'm also excited about this. But it went G.I. Joe, Gem, then Transformers. They put Gem right in the middle, but I'm excited that Gem is going to be at JoeFest as well. I'm going to get my daughter's doll signed for her.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that as well. The voice actress for Gem's going to be there.
And she rocks it, man. Like her hair is pink. Like she lives the gimmick. Kind of like the Jason David Frank. You know, it's like she's really like engulfed in that character.
Right. That's awesome. Today we're talking G.I. Joe Special Mission Brazil, which was an exclusive toy set. Before we get into that, I don't know if you have anything to share, but I have long in the making U.S.Assassin 4 finally done. I have the PDF proof here. I just wanted to show it off real quick.
No, please.
Mike, we're a little late on the project, but Mike battled and defeated cancer, and this was a big triumph.
Mike McMahon,
to get this book done. So I'm going to bring it up, and we're going to take a look at it. So just real quick, we'll go through the
covers. Take your time.
If I can find where this is at.
got the Kilted Avenger, which I like seeing in there.
Yeah, we had the license for the Kilted Avenger, Roddy Piper, for Volume 4. Huge thrill for me to have him involved in this book. I was a wrestling kid. Now, I said I watched NWA, but I also watched WWF. That's what first got me into wrestling.
AWA.
Oh yeah, but while all my friends were Hulkamaniacs, I was a Roddy Piper fan. Of course, after hitting Cyndi Lauper over the head with the gold record, hitting Jimmy Snuka in the head with the coconut, of course he would be my favorite wrestler. But we got cover A. This is by Mike. And then we have cover B. This is a wraparound cover. This is by Sedna Khan, one of my favorite artists. He worked on
I like that.
Supreme and a bunch of Extreme titles back in the 90s for Rob Liefeld. So we have that one. And then we have two covers by John Stinsman, artist of Avengelyne. Here's his U.S.Assassin cover. And then I actually own the original artwork for this next one. This is his Roddy Piper cover. Yeah.
Is that
Mike? No, this is John Stinsman as well on this one. I wasn't planning on this cover, and when he saw that I had the license to Roddy Piper, he messaged me and said, "Hey, this would be a bucket list item if you hired me to do a cover for it."
I mean, that cover is great. Yeah. The rail gun, I like. I mean, like when I first saw this, also being a wrestling fan, I liked what you were doing as far as basically the same type of technique that G.I. Joe did with Sergeant Slaughter, where I guess is Piper, is he like a trainer? Is he training them how to fight?
He's a trainer. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I like that. I like that whole aspect. And since you're coming to JoeFest, people might want to keep an eye on this. We might have something to show off.
Yeah. So that's cover 4, and I think that's all I wanted to show off. But yeah, the print file is looks great, and we should have these books back in a couple weeks, and we'll finally get this fulfilled. I appreciate everyone's patience on this. This was definitely a labor of love getting this one out there to people, but it stars almost everyone in the Haunted Pizza universe. We have Sea Dog in there. We have Viking Wolf. We have some surprises at the end. Every issue of U.S.Assassin sort of ends with a surprise that leads into the next adventure, and this one's no exception. So be on the lookout for this to hit your mailboxes real soon. I'm also fulfilling Graveyard Shift Volume 5 right now. I think we're like almost at the halfway point. I got like 750 packages done. Got another 750 to go. So it's wow. A busy. That's great. Things are busy here. Not to mention we're launching Gun Goth Friday, June 13th, and then the action figures at JoeFest the following week.
Busy.
Yeah. It's an understatement. What do you got here for me to show off, Patrick?
Oh, so these are a couple new pages from the new Last of the Seekers story. This is like Last of the Seekers is kind of like a Robotech Transformers mask type of story that I've been working on for a while, and that we also have a toy line that goes along with it. But we did kind of what I call issue 0 with myself, Michael Rushbrook, Matt Barr, and Kelsey Shannon. We have like a issue 0 that we did, which was I think it was like 22 pages. So what we're working on right now is the official 48 page first issue, and before I go to JoeFest, I will be at BotCon, which is the longest running Transformer convention. So I'll be at BotCon with the official number 1 of Last of the Seekers. So
where's BotCon being held this year?
Well, it's going back to where it was last year, which is the original place that it was at for a while. This is before cons jumped around,
Yeah.
But it's at Fort Wayne, Indiana, and from what I hear, like that's where they're going to be every year now.
Wasn't it at the American Dream Mall last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah. That's that was the last time that I went, and it was great. But
yeah.
It's weird because there's so much going on at the American Dream Mall. It's kind of hard to get people to kind of funnel, and there's a lot of competition when you're that close to New York City on a weekend. Yeah. It's hard to kind of get people to go to your event. But in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I mean, not that it's a slow city, but there's not as much going on, so it's like people are kind of attracted to it when it goes there. So I missed it last year. I had a booth, but ultimately I couldn't make it. This year I'm going to be going a company called Agabus, which is kind of like they're kind of like Big Bad Toy Store, but they just do Transformers. They own BotCon now. So, and they're really great guys. They have a Last of the Seekers exclusive as well. So I'll be there, and I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. I saw maybe a few months ago, but American Dream Mall opened up G.I. Joe laser tag. If you're ever in the area, we might have to put together a group and go play G.I. Joe laser tag.
Or at least see what it's about. I mean, I enjoy the mall. Like the mall has a very good. I mean, the food court is like out of this world. Have you been?
Yeah, my son and I we went there. We actually got a hotel and stayed overnight because we did the DreamWorks water park.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. If people don't know, like the mall is so big, there's an amusement park inside.
Yeah, there's a
and a snowboarding skiing mountain.
Yeah. So we did the water park the first day, and then the next day we went back and we did the Nickelodeon amusement park. They have this insane Ninja Turtles roller coaster that the drop to it is so steep and it's so high. We didn't go on it because once I saw it, I was like, no way. When the cart gets to the top of the hill, the drop, it just shakes back and forth because it's so like high up, and I was like, no way. That's when you go up there and you yell cowabunga. Yeah. But the mall is awesome. There's the snowboarding place that you said. The day we were there, we went up to the food court, and the Impractical Jokers were filming their show in that mall. So, so that was pretty cool as well. But good run. Who is it? Tom Brady just opened up a trading card store in the mall as well.
That's fun. Yeah. They also have basically the only Toys R Us open in the U.S. right now. It's a little underwhelming compared to what Toys R Us used to be, but I went just to experience. But I hear it's getting better, and they have like the last time I went, they had like Hasbro exclusives there. Like, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But interesting, talking about Toys R Us and exclusives. This might be a good segue to talk about Mission Brazil.
Yeah, so this was like the first exclusive box set, I guess that they did, and it was exclusive to Toys R Us, and it was released in 1986, I believe. Exclusive 5-pack.
I've got some details on it. I'm going to bring some details up.
Yeah, and what's...
Go ahead.
I was going to say what's weird about it. So I didn't know about this until years after I had stopped collecting like the 3 3/4 inch figures. So I thought these were like repaints of figures that came out. They were sort of a preview. Oh, I have the pictures brought up.
Oh, you got them?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure. But...
Yeah, let me bring them up while we talk about this.
Now, do you have the cassette tape brought up?
I do. We're going to listen to a little of.
Okay, man, I got up early getting all ready. I didn't have to do anything.
But so G.I. Joe Special Missions Brazil. This was a team of 5 put together. This is a cover of a Devil's Due comic. They actually did a story based on this. But the team consists of Dial Tone, Mainframe, Leatherneck, Wetsuit, and Claymore. Claymore, he's the guy in the yellow and brown camo. He was made exclusively for this set. Well, all the other guys.
His name, but he's just a repaint of Footloose.
Yeah. I had no idea. They gave him a mustache too, correct? Oh, no, Footloose had a mustache, yeah.
Yeah, Footloose had a mustache. I think the only thing they changed with him was they changed his arms, so he had the rolled up sleeves.
Okay, I had no idea it was a Footloose repaint. But yeah, so it was 5 people, their specialty, or they were trained for jungle combat.
Mm-hmm.
But
and what's interesting about this was the first time, if you could bring up the toys, we can talk about that. But this was the first time that Hasbro started doing the repaint stuff. Like Mattel did it with He-Man a lot. But this is the first time that G.I. Joe Hasbro did the repaint angle. And what is a little known fact is they actually came in 2-packs as well. Like you could get Mainframe and Wetsuit, and you could get Leatherneck and Doweltone. Claymore was only available in the cassette tape, but they also came in 2-packs as well. But with no cassette. And that's actually what I had. I had the Mainframe, Wetsuit, Doweltone, Leatherneck, the 2-packs. I never had Claymore or the cassette tape. But this was the first time that they did like before Tiger Force, before Night Force, before Slaughter's Marauders. This was the first time that they did the whole like repaint in a special type of team themed.
Now, when I was doing my research, this was released in 1986, but some of the people in this, included in this, they didn't get their first release until 87. So the repaints actually debuted before the main line figures.
Yeah. So actually the main line are the repaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm kind of curious if they had them done already and they were just sitting there, or what the situation was. But that's some good planning. I mean, I really love the wetsuit here, because I mean it's not just like, I mean, the maroon pants on Doweltone is a very bold move in the jungle, but the wetsuit outfit actually makes a little bit more sense for a military wetsuit suit, compared to his other suit that's like bright yellow,
Yeah. But here, this is them in the packaging. We mentioned it comes with a cassette tape, and the cassette tape on side A has the mission. On side B, it's just blank for they encourage kids to record their own mission. But here's the figures out of package. Well, what do you know? That is Footloose. But I have we can't listen to the whole cassette tape, but who do you have here?
The cassette tape is shorter than your intro, Mark.
Yeah. So you got Mainframe there.
I have Mainframe, and then I also have Doweltone, but Doweltone is being worked on right now because he was a little loosey. But yeah, I like Mainframe, especially this version of Mainframe is kind of like one of my favorite kid toys. So when I saw him, I saw him in a toy store that someone didn't know what they have. Now this figure, he goes for quite a bit. The Mission Brazil figures go for a pretty penny. And when I bought this guy, I bought him for a fairly reasonable price. Again, like the person that was selling him didn't really know what he had. So I think he thought it was like kind of like a South American knockoff. But I love this. I mean, the only thing that's problem with him is he's got a little bit of fading happening to his helmet. But this was my Mainframe. I don't think I even had the gray and black Mainframe.
Yeah. I never listened to the cassette tape, but I assume they had a need for like a computer specialist in the jungle.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I mean, it's the same reason that they needed a guy in a wetsuit in the jungle.
But let's I think this is a perfect opportunity. Let's go check out some of that cassette tape. I have it queued up right for the start. And this is courtesy of Hooded Cobra Commander 788, who had
this was the one that I found too.
Yeah. So here we go.
Deep in the Mato Grosso jungles of Brazil, Captain Claymore of G.I. Joe leads 4 other members of this elite force. They are Wetsuit, Leatherman, Dial Tone, and Mainframe. Their mission is to retrieve a downed informational satellite lost somewhere in this dark, savage land before Cobra can get their reptilian hands on it. The security that depends on it.
All right, men, listen up. This new Voltronic Gallagher indicates that SATCOM is nearby.
Does it indicate a range?
Probably a few clicks up this jungle path, Wetsuit. And dollars to donuts Cobra is too, so look sharp.
Captain Claymore, sir?
Yes, Dial Tone?
Why would Cobra want to knock our satellite out of the sky anyway?
That's not Daltone.
It receives thousands of pieces of information and numerous intelligence reports from around the world. If Cobra gets a hold of it, they could drive us to our knees.
Then, what are we waiting for? You're wasting time if you're waiting on me.
All right, let's move out. Yo, Joe!
That Snake Eyes is easy.
So there you go. That's I think as a kid, I would be like, I'm amazed I didn't have this or know about this because I was pretty dialed in to G.I. Joe at that point in time. But I don't know. This is pretty cool to get like a whole new mission and storyline that's outside the comic books and outside the cartoon. Cool idea.
I was surprised they didn't do more with the comics because you and I were just talking last week how the comics was the platform where they could kind of go out and explore some of these other ideas, and Josh Baylock, thank God, he gave it some justice and actually gave them some type of story. And actually, what's interesting in the story, in the Mission Brazil story, not the Devil's Due one, but in the cassette story, Mainframe actually dies.
Really?
Yeah, and then in the Devil's Due version, there's a female character who takes over his spot and wears his Mission Brazil uniform. So it's interesting because Mainframe actually dies. So it's like people talk about Duke dying, but Mainframe actually dies in Mission Brazil.
That's crazy. But we'll go through. We'll highlight each figure in this set. Let's start with Claymore. He was the exclusive figure. He's only available in the set. His background is he's a covert operations specialist, and the big thing with that figure is it's never gotten a carded release. I think it would be a nice thing to add to the classified collection.
I predict that we see these at Super 7 before we see G.I. Joe Classified doing these.
They do a lot of deep cuts at Super 7.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna see Brian at JoeFest, and I'm actually gonna kind of bring up Mission Brazil to him.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like we haven't gotten them in the reaction line. And they also
that's a good place to start too. I love the Reaction Plus line. I wish they were a little bit more of a better price point. I think the next time that it's my turn to talk about a topic, I'm gonna start bringing up Leonard.
Oh, okay. We got SF Gaming in the house. He says he can't wait for American Ninja X book. Awesome, man. Are you going to be at JoeFest?
At JoeFest, we will have a preview issue, and I think Mark and I will probably have them on our respected websites as well at small amounts. But yeah, we're going to have a preview issue, and we're going to have our prototypes there. There's going to be a couple of the Nindroid prototypes there as well. So and then JoeFest was kind enough to give Mark and I an hour of panel time on Sunday. So we're going to be doing a panel on Sunday about all types of stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll have a couple surprises to share as well. Going back to the set, we got Wetsuit, our Navy SEAL, same mold as the original, different color scheme. He's painted for jungle action. Same with
although his gear is the same color though.
Yeah.
I think all their gear is the same color except for Leatherneck. He doesn't have the black Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator gun.
Oh yeah. Dial tone. He has his original costume is like tan with black pants, I believe, and now he's got a black shirt, red pants, green vest. And
yeah, I mean the only thing that's really is if you swap the green grenade and strap to black, he has a green shirt and then black shirt, black pants, or no, maybe green pants. But it's I love the maroon color, but it looks good with Mainframe in the same picture.
Yeah, and Leatherneck, he's no longer in the original Marine camo. He's got more of a maybe like a Desert Storm look going on.
Yeah.
And then Mainframe.
Claymore, you mean?
Oh, and Mainframe has lighter, more tropical colors. That's the write-up that I don't know if that's the official word from from Hasbro, but he's in his later tropical gear.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. So out of these characters, Leatherneck and Dialtone are the only classified versions of these figures that have been made so far.
So you've looked these up on eBay. Like what's can you even find a still mint in box set of these?
Yeah, I think sealed. I think it's going for like 8 to maybe like 1,000 for like a sealed box. I saw a complete dial tone out of the box with card for 600. I saw a complete Mainframe for like 300. And I told Whitney that, and she was like looking at me like, "Well, you're going to sell that, right?" and then we had the discussion about the ones that definitely stay, and Dell era Mainframe is one of the ones that stays. But no, they're pretty pricey. I think the most popular out of all of them is the wetsuit.
Yeah. If I had to pick a favorite, I would say I think my favorite is Mainframe. I just always thought, even his regular character in the gray and black, I just thought he was a cool.
I like his little romance with Zorana.
Yeah.
That was when stories they started to kind of get into the meat and potatoes of stuff, stuff that actually mattered.
Yeah. So Hasbro redid this set in 2011. In my research, that's when I feel like that's when they were doing a lot of cool stuff. Like the figures were coming packaged with reprints of the comic books. They were really into the collector vibe back then. So
I'll say, even though they re-released them with at the time the contemporary articulation, I feel like these look better. Like there was a certain era of that it was in between classified and in between the OG G.I. Joes when they were trying to kind of figure out how to make really nice looking 3 3/4 figures. And I think the Mission Brazil figures are example of like they just quite weren't there yet.
Yeah. My research also shows that there's been bootlegs of these figures over the year, called Brazilian Estrela figures. I have no idea about that, but you know, I sold my 3 3/4 collection on eBay years ago, and the buyer was from Hong Kong. So I have a feeling like my figures were just, you know, being bootlegged and like they were like making molds out of them and stuff.
Well, speaking about bootlegs, I wanted to, and we're talking about recolors. I wanted to show off some of these things real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So there's a company called Black Major, and they have somehow, I don't know how, but they have the OG molds for G.I. Joe. Now, I don't think they just took them and made really good casts. Like, I think they actually have the molds.
Is that a Night Force or Slaughter's Marauders Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like the Slaughter's Marauders were always kind of like some of my favorite, but this is an example of just how much fun repaints are. And you know, and this is something that you and I are exploring with the AMNX action figure line, is the repaints. And then I have another repaint here, which is another fun one from Black Major, is a Cobra Bat with some it was made for to guard like Zaymont and Tomax. But yeah, I like the whole idea of repaints, and I like, he's got the Cobra symbol on like the side of his head, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I you know, there's something magical about the repaints, and I remember the first time that I saw a repaint. It was, I went to Albertsons and they had like the Tiger Force figures there. And it just like, it blew my little mind away. You know, I was just like, whoa. I was, because I was into Transformers when, you know, Duke and some of those first guys, even Flint came out. So I wasn't able to get Duke or Flint. So when those repaints came out, it kind of gave kids an opportunity to kind of get that original looking Duke, get that original looking Flint, like for your collection. Because I mean, Flint was all over the cartoon, you know, and it's like, if you were playing on the side of the house and you didn't have Flint, like you were missing a big part of the story, you know?
Yeah. One of the things I loved about G.I. Joe was the collecting the flag points. That's how I got my first. Duke was a mail away figure. That's how I got my Duke and my Hooded Cobra Commander, by collecting the flag points and sending in and buying them.
My two sendaways were Steel Brigade, and then Super Trooper.
I don't remember Super Trooper.
I'll bring them up. Hold on.
Okay. And I also got my Sergeant Slaughter through mail away at first.
With the USA on his chest?
Yeah. And then I was out of it by the time the refrigerator William Perry was added to the line. We got Art Venture Rider in the house. He says, "Good day. I had the budget set of China replica G.I. Joe that mimicked the cast of original Predator, so it fit well with my friend's set of G.I. Joes, and the Predator would conveniently be invisible." That's pretty awesome. So I see you got like, you know, an Arnold figure, a Jesse Ventura figure, Carl
You
Weathers.
have photos of those? I would like that.
That'd be amazing.
That's something I would like to see.
Yeah, I actually had. I don't have it. I used to have it behind me, but there's a you know a 3 3/4 figure customizer who did a Michael Dudikoff American Ninja figure that I bought. Oh, who do we got here? Let me.
This is a Super Trooper.
Oh, now I remember him. Yeah.
it was the head of Law and Order. And then it was just like a mix and match. Dalton's gun.
Yeah.
That's some type of Cobra shield. I forget whose shield that was, but the part that I liked the most was the vest. The vest. I don't know who it was originally too, but it was cool because I always liked when the GI Joes they added layers, like that was like a piece that it was glued on, but it wasn't part of the mold. So it kind of it added another dimension to the figure. So yeah, I like when I got this figure, like it took, like I forgot about it, like it was weird because like I would always go in and out of, like I would like Transformers, GI Joe, Masks, Thundercats, Silverhawks, and then I'd start over, in my like who I'd play with. And I remember when I shipped away for Super Trooper, I was really stoked, but then I forgot about him. And like a year later, I was playing with other figures, and I think I was starting to get into skateboarding. And then he showed up, and it was interesting because it ignited the GI Joe flame, and I was like back in the GI Joe like full on again. And that happened often. Like it's like I would kind of drift away, and then there'd be like that one figure that would kind of bring you back again,
Mm-hmm. We got DeAndre Robinson in the house. He says, not sure if you guys are gamers, but there's a Snake Eyes game in development. I hope it's good. I read about that.
I brought up some stills if we wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, we can cover on it. I think we're pretty much done with special mission Brazil. In terms of like specialty repaints squads, how would you rank them? I think it's cool.
Go ahead.
I think it's cool, but I don't think it has the like the same coolness factor as Tiger Force or Slaughter's Marauders or Night Force. I think it was like, this was their first attempt at it, so I think it's cool that it paved the way for those others, but I think they would do it better. I think that's the part that why I hold it in such high regard, is because it kind of paved the way to. I mean, because it was a Toys R Us exclusive, and the only other toy exclusive GI Joe was Night Force, and that's one of the reasons why Night Force is so expensive, is because it was one of the only places where you could actually get the Night Force stuff. But like I said before, it totally paved the way, and I really appreciated that. Man, seeing your Slaughter's Marauders Snake Eyes makes me want to do a Slaughter's Marauders U.S. Assassin.
No, dude. No, I mean, well, we're doing the Tiger Force. I mean, we next wave of figures that we do, because I mean, I don't want to just let those molds go to waste.
Yeah,
I say we both do a Slaughter's Marauders version of American Ninja and U.S. Assassin.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Let's keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep on doing it.
We got Mark Pengrin in the house. He says, show's not at 2 p.m. again. Almost missed it. Schemes and scams. Sorry about that. We're still trying to figure out a set time for this.
We're shooting from the hip.
Yeah. But thanks for stopping in, Mark. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for special missions. You said you had some stills for the...
Well, real quick, I want us to do a plug for our sign up, which I got down there. Mark and I are working on a comic book, The American Ninja, featuring the U.S. Assassin, and this is the start of not just a kind of collaboration on a series going back and forth, but this is a collaboration on a new toy line, which we've messed with a lot of names, but we're sticking with AMNX action figures. And our plan is to do a plethora of figures. We kind of tested the waters a little bit before, and we didn't quite have the buzz yet. Like Toy Galaxy Dan didn't have the figures yet in hand, which he did a review of them. And some of the photographs that we've had from professionals, we haven't had yet. So I mean, it raised a decent amount. Like some people, it's like the amount that we raised, like some people don't even raise that much, but it wasn't quite enough to kind of get us to the point to justify the production. But it caught the attention of the people that we needed. And then during JoeFest, I think we're just going to be going full on and, putting it up. But yeah, I mean, Luke Wakeford, who is a MCU movie veteran. He's worked on every single Marvel movie since Endgame. He did everything Thanos in Endgame 1 and 2. He did everything Thanos. He's worked on, which I think one of the reasons why this came out so good, this guy and this guy down here, is because he worked on Winter Soldier. So he has the ability to what we call MCU things up a little bit. He takes designs that me and Mike come up with, and then he's able to kind of, put his little flair on it. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested, please sign up. I don't know if anyone in the chat wants to go ahead and put the link in there. I sent it over in the private chat.
I just dropped it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. But no, this is going to be a fun collaboration. And it's kind of, in this world of indie artists where people are always arguing. I like that me and Mark are showing where people can actually get along, because if you follow the history of this, there was potential for us to get in an argument, although it was kind of forced more by other people than Mark and ourselves. Yeah. But there's room for people to get along and kind of look at the bright side of life and make something cool. And I think this is going to be something that's going to be worthwhile. I was thinking about this, Mark, with you coming to JoeFest. Like, I'm really excited about getting this in the hands of Larry Hannah. Yeah, I want to see what he thinks of this whole thing. But sign up for this, guys. You don't have to get the toys if you don't want to get the toys. You don't have to get the comic if you don't want the comic. You can get both. And then we have a bunch of different colors. We got Tiger Force colors. We got Arctic colors. We've got a shattered glass version of American Ninja. But sign up and throw us some support.
Mark Penguin says, are you still going to do the different mini comics with each figure and one normal size comic, collecting the whole story? They're no longer coming.
Yeah. So like just for the sense of well, I mean, being indie guys, it's hard to make some of this stuff, and we were trying to get the price point to the best place it could be, and in order to do that, we had to nix the mini comics. We wanted to do them, and I've done them in the past, and I think Mark and I will do mini comics in the future, but as of right now, no. But I'm not married to that. We're working with a new factory who does not just toy making, but they do printing and they do animation, which is going to be something that we're going to be talking about a little bit down the road as well. So we're in good hands right now. But right now our main focus is getting the main comic. Don Allen Figueroa from Transformers is doing the main cover. Mike has an amazing Arctic version of U.S.Assassin that is going to be a cover. I'm actually doing a U.S.Assassin cover. I don't know if you know that, Mark, but I'm actually doing a U.S.Assassin cover instead of a American Ninja cover.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I just had an idea and I was like, I got to do this. And then who's the gentleman who's doing the Tiger Force cover?
Alan Jefferson. He's painting us a Tiger Force, a Jungle Tiger cover. I'm excited
Jungle Tiger,
to get
whatever.
that. Art for Art Venture Ryder says, I like that collaboration is walking a knife. And, the collaboration has opened up so many doors now. Like Patrick said, we're talking animation. Maybe we'll even have something to share at JoeFest next
Well,
month.
I mean, I think we're gonna have a couple things to share at JoeFest,
Yeah.
and I think if we get, I think we're talking about two things right now that are going to be kind of bombs. But if we can get those two things going at JoeFest, I think people are going to be very excited.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to be exciting. Like I said before, JoeFest is a bucket list convention for me. So to get to do it as an exhibitor and be on a panel there, it's amazing. So I can't wait for it. It's going to be a busy month for us, for Haunted Pizza, Riot Press. Yeah, we're gonna have our hands full.
I'm looking for the shot of the Ninja or the Snake Eyes video game, but I might have lost it when I was showing other things.
That's all right. We'll talk about it next week. We'll talk.
We got
of the video game.
Yeah, so this is going to be a weekly thing where we spend an hour talking about G.I. Joe stuff and G.I. Joe adjacent stuff. That's why I want to bring up Leonard. If you don't know what Leonard is, Leonard did a line called Corpse, and or Core, however you want to say it. And that at the time it was kind of seen as the knockoff G.I. Joes, but I don't know if you looked at their newer stuff, but they're getting like very good.
Oh yeah, they're doing mini comics and with their box sets and stuff. And
also I brought this up last week. Kenneth Rocafort does a lot of their artwork.
Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff. I love the toy line they did with the dinosaurs. They're doing a lot of real cool stuff. So that'll be fun to explore that. And when Devil's Due lost the G.I. Joe license, they switched to the Core. Unfortunately, only lasted one issue. But I think that'll do it. This week I have some errands to run with my son. But yeah, this has been fun talking G.I. Joe Mission Brazil. And we haven't decided on a topic for next week, but who knows? Maybe
it's up to you.
Yeah, we have some. There's a lot of options with the world.
Yeah, that's the best part about doing this 1 hour show is there is no shortage of material.
Yeah. So in the meantime, Patrick, where can people find you at?
You can find me on the Twitter, Patrick Thomas 01, or on Instagram, Patrick Thomas Parnell Art. Or just put in Riot Press Productions and you'll find me.
And guys, you can find me on X and Instagram at Coney Waves. Make sure you go subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. Go sign up for AMNX action figures and go sign up for Gun Goth. Both launching in June. It's going to be a busy time. Thanks for joining us. I'll be back either tomorrow or Monday for the Haunted Pizza Horror Movie Club. We're discussing Wolfman's Got Nards, the Monster Squad documentary. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time.